Welcome to you everybody for this wonderful matchup here. Benevolenza 4, the sun's out, people are around, and it's about to be a wonderful game today. We've got the Reds against the Blues. Of course, the blue team coming in to won the last two editions of this matchup here. Will they make a historic three-peat and certainly defeat all the odds? A wonderful game, 11 versus 11, the sun's out, the people are out, and it's a wonderful game today. I've got long-time commentator Sean O'Sullivan with me today. Sean, what are your thoughts on this wonderful game before us now?
Well, I think it's going to be an interesting game here, Ahmed. You see what we've got here. We've got Max Whitaker captaining the blue team, against, what was it, Harris.
Harris, of course. Harris, the last-minute stand-in red team captain here.
Subbing in for Jarrell here.
A massive Arsenal fan, so he's no stranger to red. You have to say, it's going to be a wonderful game. 90 minutes of in-streak, drama, and scripts you couldn't write if you tried. Here we go, Benevolenza 4. Team's getting ready now. You can see the passion emanating from all sides of the pitch now. You've got blue team here looking as determined as ever to win yet again, and we have kickoff. Here we go.
I thought it was going to be a tense game.
It is going to be very tense.
See this last time you see Max here, he beat Harris pretty badly, I think, pretty Benevolenza 3. So I think Harris is here. Look, he's reveling for his chance of revenge here.
Certainly is. A wonderful run down the centre early on. The red team keen to show attacking intent from the off here. Certainly, a few scores to be settled, chips on shoulders, a few insecurities to be wiped out. A chance at redemption for the Reds here, because they are yet to win an edition of this wonderful final here. Of course, being played for calm charity and a wonderful defensive block. The blue team, of course, do have daytime football coaches on their ranks here, so they no doubt will be taking a very tactical approach to this game.
Yeah, they're very dedicated to this match today.
They certainly are. You can see the centre-backs lined up in perfect 4x4 position. It is currently a 3-5-2 formation for the Blues as they seek to exploit the width displayed by the larger field we are on today. The pitch presents an opportunity for the wide men to really use their legs and scamper down. And here we go, the first ball back to the goalkeeper for the Blues. On the left side, it is Matthew Mosley now with the pass down the middle.
The previous MVP from last year, Matthew Mosley. Hope he'll give us a good performance this year again.
Hoping to live up to high expectations. And a wonderful ball down the wing now. And it's in the corner. Ball at the field, long time ball, it's a goal!
And it's already a goal for the Reds.
It is 1-0, you have to say, that had been coming from the off. It's only been 30 seconds, but it had been coming. And it is 1-0, they've taken the lead, showing intent right from the off here. You have to say, certainly one of those moments that you wouldn't expect so early on, especially with their defensive tactician organised by the Blues. And yet, the red team take a one-goal advantage early on within 2 minutes here. You have to say, that was unexpected.
They're not going to let things go like they did last year.
No, of course, they're here for revenge. They're here to make their mark for the first time. These players claim they bleed red. Of course, you couldn't see through their shirts. But certainly, Sean, you have to say that was unexpected so early on.
Yeah, so early on to the match, get a game like that, a goal like that, that's very impressive from the red team.
It is certainly very impressive. Just one simple ball on the top. Talk about contrasting styles. The Reds, the blue team passing from left to right. And the red team with one ball across the top undid that entire formation.
Classic tag team work from Matthew Mosley and Alfie there.
Wonderful marksmanship here.
Old school friends. So they have a rapport that maybe some of the other team members don't quite have.
Perhaps some chemistry there that we'll see later on in this match.
Hopefully.
Of course, you have to say it's been a wonderful start to this game so far. And referee Edward Cayley today, he was the former blue team captain last year, and this time replacing the blue with orange as he seeks to keep order amongst a sea of chaos that is the passion of this game.
You've got to have respect for the referee.
You do, you certainly do, except when they get things wrong.
Tough job.
And it's about to be, of course, the blue team now tasked with the ultimate test of responding to an early setback that they may not have expected given their fantastic record at past events here. Of course, they will have to respond quickly and effectively because the red team are not sitting on their laurels here. Having said that, the ball's out of play now on the left side, taken by the blue team for a throw-in. searching for availability, but the red team with their zone marking, ensuring that targets are not easy to come by. They'll make the blue team work for every single pass they have to make. Headed on though, and back to the goalkeeper, wonderfully controlled, and
Tennis doing a good job keeping him safe.
Fazzarano does keep it in, yes indeed. What was your experience like, of course, because you were at the last event? What was it like there? What was the atmosphere like last year?
It was quite a lively atmosphere. We were doing quite well. I mean, I believe I can't remember what team I was on, to be honest.
Off the post! Off the post there for the red team. Take your eye off the commentary for 1 second and already there's almost a goal. Just off the woodwork. Inches away from doubling their money here early on.
The red team are getting really aggressive already right in the first half.
Certainly they are. They have come to play this time after not winning a single event of the last 3. They are here this time to make their mark and do the best they possibly can. Throw taken by Mosley, up in the air. And the red team seeming to win the aerial duel at the minute. Of course, they do have that physicality in them. Across the face of goal there, just wide. And out to the left side now. Here is a wonderful pass from long, blocked off here. And going for the spectacular there, certainly trying something audacious, but not quite pulling it off.
I think he was going for a goal there.
I do think he was.
But unfortunately, I think it was just too far away.
Just too far. Little 1-2 there, blocked off once again. I suppose the red team seem to have calmed down in terms of their attacks, and the blue team seem to have solidified their defensive positions now. I suppose they'll be annoyed at being caught out for that first goal.
Well, hopefully they'll get a chance to get their revenge very soon.
It's Norman over the top. And blocked off here for a corner. The first one of this contest.
They're certainly not going to let red get another one again, it seems.
Certainly not. They are here to, back in numbers here to prevent, a repeat of the first goal, early on in this game. But to be whipped in now from Ahmed. Haris Ahmed whips it in, and it goes beyond for a goal kick. And of course, a long time here, we've got former winners on both teams now this time. We've got scores to be settled. We've got 2 brothers playing against each other,
we got Alfie Price and Archie Price are the brothers, each team respectively.
Well, we've got, one of them will have to pay the price, it seems, for sure.
I see what you did there, my man.
You would have to say, there's going to be one brother going home upset today, because it's the first time in Benevolenza history that 2 brothers have been on opposing sides. Blocked off there. Norman racing into it, despite, barely getting any sleep last night. He is here to play.
Both brothers.
He's Ahmed now.
Both brothers are they're veterans of this competition.
They certainly are, and of course they are here to, for bragging rights more than anything, really. That's really all you want over your sibling, don't you? And Haris Ahmed with a throw into the box here. The punch wasn't convincing. Comes to Norman, not just quite getting his toe on it there. And a counter-attack now for the blue team here. But he's on his own, and it was a foul. It's been pulled back now. Keeley, the referee, pulls it back for a foul inside the 6-yard box on the blue side. Foul on the goalkeeper there. And of course,
playing in goal, I believe, is Matthew Maiden in the blue team.
He certainly is. Matthew Maiden, he, of course, is known for being a doctor, which means every time he makes a good save, you have to get your piece of pot or pan out and clap as loud as you can, because we all know how effective that was during COVID.
Every day is Thursday here. Every day is certainly Thursday.
Perhaps call your local MP and ask for raises in funding for the NHS whenever he makes a good save as a thank you. And of course, injuries, of course, no stranger in this setting. Last year, of course, the famous Brian Lee was injured after scoring a worldie in Benevolenza 3. Injured after the first 10 minutes, but he didn't make his mark on the blue team's way to victory, no doubt about that. Out on the wing now for the blue team. Looking to use that width, but the red team just boxing them in here. And Ahmed takes it on. Chance for the red team.
And it's another goal from the Reds.
It's 2-0. It is 2. Certainly 2 goals. They've doubled their money. And they have that cushion now, that comfort, that they've got a 2-goal cushion, certainly over the opening 5 minutes of this matchup.
They're red with fury this year.
You have to say, The Reds have certainly got ahead, and it was just a wonderful display of character, of rapaciousness, of determination to win the second ball. And they have just calmly passed it into the corner with his right foot. The placement, immaculate, impeccable, irresistible so far, the red team.
I think we have to be cleaning up a lot of blue blood this year.
Certainly. They say red goals happen once in a blue moon. That seems to be eerily common this time out.
We've been having a lot. We seem to have had a lot of blue moons in a few minutes.
Certainly. Down the wing now, the red team coming into it, looking for a third.
Can they do it?
Can they make it through? Across the face of goal, squares it.
And the Blues.
And again, blocked off here. Blocked off yet again. You have to say they've done a great job here of controlling the tempo of this matchup.
Captain Ahmed is determined.
The surface lets him down there as the red player slips on the wing. The blue team trying to escape, trying to get out of their coffers here, but they've been boxed in by the red, attacking the pressing. The high press really causing problems for the blue team at the minute. Unable to escape that press. Wonderful play here. A little juggling from the blue team, and the ball taken off the player there in the centre of the park as they run through. Chance for the red team again.
Brian's breaking through the lines.
And it's just out the wing now. Down to Norman here on the left-hand side, where he has been a defensive stalwart so far, making up a lot of ground. But can he keep that tempo up for the rest of the 90? I suppose we'll see. His stamina, of course, has never really been called into question. He is known to be quite the athletic specimen, and he's proving himself this time out as well. They're appealing for handball. Edward Keeley says no, waves away the protests. Here's Norman on the way through the middle. And it's a chance for three. It's three. A fantastic goal. 3 goals, and surely a more than 3-star performance so far. They have tripled their money. This match is only going one way so far.
It's a shame to say that this is quite embarrassing for the Blues so far. I think they really need to step up their game, but I think they've got their chances. You know, Max Whitaker, as I said, he's their captain. He's a veteran. He's a veteran of the game. And I think he's got a good chance of bringing things back together.
He does. I will say, Sean, however veterans they have on their side, we're not seeing that experience come through at the moment. They're 3-0 down early on. And, you know...
Hopefully he can channel some of that experience he had against Ahmed last year.
For a team that's won the last 2 editions, it certainly isn't going that way. One team really on their game today, the other very off colour. Through the middle here. On that turn, but you know, as you say, they do have that experience in Whitaker. You know, they do have serial winners in their team. The question is, can they, you know, really exact their revenge? Can they show their prowess this time out? And I suppose it is certainly one of those questions that remains to be answered, because so far we haven't seen any really threat from the blue team at all. The red team's just been defensively sound, very, very compact. And it is just exuding all the qualities of potential future champions here.
Well, we can hope out of the Blues that they haven't been resting on their laurels this whole time.
You have to say that is very true. A sense of complacency at the beginning led to that first goal, and it seems to be just, you know, it's carried through. They haven't really woken up yet. And
let's hope they can wake up before a 4th one comes in, eh?
Certainly, we do want a tight contest. We do want some drama. We do want an even matchup, as even as possible, given the circumstances.
The goalkeeper, Antonio, has unconventionally put himself in the front lines.
He has. He's shifted up front here. The goal is currently empty, but here is Falzarano on the wing, and he gets a corner out of it for his troubles. Certainly bored with being in the 6-yard box of his own goal, it seems. He rushes up.
I think perhaps having scored 3 goals in a row like this, they might be getting a bit too big for their boots here.
Certainly, the Italian maestro trying to really sink the biscuit into his cappuccino here with that.
It's never that comfortable when Italy starts getting aggressive.
Certainly not. And, well, you have to say it's been a very one-sided affair so far. 3 goals from the red team, really exerting their dominance early on and proving why they do deserve to be champions after 4 years of heartbreak and disappointment. And the goalkeeper robbed a bit early on inside his box, just about escaping with his life there. The red team, yet again, the high press. The blue team certainly haven't prepared for that physically, emotionally, or tactically. They haven't been able to deal with it so far. Unable to get out of their own box, and the effects are showing. The blue team, not only have they failed to to make chances. The red team have made and taken their chances, because so often you do get teams that are, you know, promising an attack but toothless in front of goal, and not this time. 3 goals, 3 chances.
It just seems they've really found their groove this year.
They certainly have. Much like the Bee Gees in the 70s, they have found their groove. This is Sunday Night Live, I'll tell you that. You know, of course, it is always, you know, a joy to watch these wonderful players in their natural habitat, able to really express themselves in a world fraught with danger and struggle. It's really amazing to watch these players, you know, under one roof, or I suppose in one field, in one pitch, forget their struggles and just play for the honour and the charity and for mental health this year, isn't it, Osalo? Wouldn't you agree?
I think it's a very great cause we're all out here today.
Certainly. Calm, of course, donate if you can. But here we go, the goal is empty for the red team for a fourth. It is! It's 4-0. Certainly, you would not have expected this from the off here. The red team, who I remind you have never managed to capture a Benevolenza title for themselves, lead by 4-0 inside 15 minutes.
I think player Brian Lee's going for an MVP. He's constantly out at the front there, helping her, getting her towards the goal there.
He certainly is. 15 minutes gone, a quarter of an hour play, and 4 goals scored. And it is just, it's a massive, massive display of intent, of attacking prowess, of power, of precision, of ruthless goal scoring.
Blue made an attempt at getting their groove back, but it just failed, unfortunately. They weren't able to get it in.
Not quite able to score there. Out wide though, Norman is free and takes it on the wing here. It is Norman, gets a throw in. Once again, very, very good defending for the blue team. Unfortunately, not something we've seen enough of from them so far. Norman takes the throw. Once again, going for a 5th here, the red team. They are ruthless in their attacking, eager to kill off the game before half-time even sets in. I remind you, those watching at home, that substitutions are unlimited today. And so should the blue team feel that they need a change... Oh, it's a wonderful 5th goal. It's 5 goals, a 5-star performance, 5 fingers to the face of the blue team. That's what I'll say. It has been an absolute rout, and this has the potential now to get ugly. If the blue team don't change something here, we could be going for double digits before we know it. 5 goals in the opening 15 minutes here. I haven't seen anything like it so far. And of course, last year's Benevolenza was famously narrow, decided, via a knife edge. But this time, Sean, feels nothing like that. Wouldn't you agree? I
would agree, yeah. The red team is just really just making all of the most superior plays this time.
They certainly are. It's just, I would have to say I'm just not quite comprehending. I'm sure a lot of the viewers as well are just as gobsmacked as I am here on the ground. But I can assure you that despite the one-sided affair, both teams are still in very good spirits. Everyone, adheres to support a great cause, and we do have a minor substitution taking place for the blue team here. And it's no surprise that given the opening route, they felt the need to change personnel to try and rescue this game here, because it is, of course, 5-0, an almost impossible hill to climb.
It seems both teams have changed out their goalkeepers.
Of course, the blue team now requiring a Shackleton-esque escape, a Houdini-esque escape act to get out of the hole they've dug themselves here with their poor defending play. And but of course, substitutions can change a game as quickly, as you can blink. And of course, that's what the blue team will be hoping for, because anything is better than what we've just seen from them so far.
I think they might be trying with Austin in the field, out on their goalkeeper. I think they're trying to take advantage of his size. He's a tall guy, big guy. I think hopefully they won't be able to let any more goals in.
Of course, you would have to say they do need, a change in personnel, and that's what they've got. And you are completely right there, to say that. With Austin Tran in the field, making his 3rd ever Benevolenza appearance. He is no stranger to the drama, intrigue and power this poses. The question is, will his experience translate into goals for the blue team?
I think they're hoping he would make up most of their defence so they can put all their players on the offensive on that side there.
Of course. And yeah, you know, he is a very box-to-box player. And of course, the blue team is filled with fascinating characters, but so is the red team. And as much as we, decried, the blue team's somewhat capitulation this first half so far, let's not take any credit away from the wonderful red team, who's just been absolutely electric in their football so far. Goal after goal, chance after chance, opportunity after opportunity, and the blue team have not been able to find an adequate response so far.
Will they be taking advantage of the blue team's lack of defenders down their side?
Of course, the blue team now, somewhat thinking that the best response to defence is attack. And here we go, really committing their players forward here. But as you say, O'Sullivan, will that really translate? And will they just become more leaky in terms of their goals? Will that net bulge yet again? Will the red team find another way through the blue team's somewhat shoddy defences here?
Are they just getting desperate, or have they got a plan in store?
I suppose only time will tell. But of course, it was last year that the blue team walked away as narrow victors, and no doubt they'll be clinging to the sense of victory there. The blue team now with the ball in their own 6-yard box, playing their way out of trouble again. They seem adamant at playing their way out of trouble as opposed to going for the long ball, and that has played a part in a few defensive errors there. But now a corner for the red team out of nothing. They are committing decent numbers forward, showing that they are hungry for a sixth goal. It is, they are certainly hungry for that sixth goal. The question is, will they be able to get it? The blue team with a corner, the red team with a corner, and a second corner now taken into the box. Past everybody, and Ahmed with a shot over the top. Nothing doing so far.
Once again, Jeff Wong's taking it right to the front.
He certainly has. And it is a goal kick now for the blue team. Will they launch it yet again, playing their way out of trouble here? Adamant on, a Catalonian-style football approach of a non-stop passing affair, but they haven't quite managed to string enough passes together to create real chances. They haven't found that chemistry yet, that link-up, that magic. Perhaps relying on individual brilliance, which again, they haven't been able to show so far. The back heel from Falzerano, though, as he takes it on.
Oh.
Chance here, and just wide.
They couldn't quite make the sixth one yet.
Couldn't quite commit to that.
But the way things are going, it's only starting to feel like a matter of time.
A matter of time before they hit that Krispy Kreme half dozen. Just not quite able to find their way there. But, it's been a wonderful display so far from the red team. And I don't think anyone would doubt, even neutrals, even blue supporters, that the red team are deserving of this lead. Red team player, of course. We've got
blue possessions in blue. They're making
chance for the blue team,
and they've missed.
Just wide. A chance goes begging for the blue team. There haven't been many of them so far, which means when they do come, you have to take them.
They are trying, but they just can't seem to find their mojo.
That's certainly true. Certainly true. My mojo is watch mojo. And Norman with the throw down the wing, and it's been blocked off by the invisible string. No strings attached to this game except that one, you have to say.
That's a very good one there.
Down the side, just wide again from the red team there. Just wide, dragged his foot wide of the post, tried to place it, but couldn't quite get the accuracy there, and that time beat the keeper, but also beat the post. And it remains 5-0 so far. If you're joining us now, you have missed a flurry of first half action, and
This Benevolenza 4 matchup, if you're just joining us now, it is 5-0 to the red team. Chance here and blocked off again by that defensive stalwart for the blue team there. Back to it on the left-hand side. They come into the middle. It's in. And the comeback is on here. It is 5-1. The blue team have woken up out of nothing. Across the face of goal, a simple tap in. And it's 5-1 here. Perhaps they can find a way back into this game now. Certainly you would have to say it's been a wonderfully one-sided game to date, and we have to hope they will get their mojo back. The two-time champions in search of a third crown. Will they be able to find 4 more to get them back on level terms? That is certainly not going to hurt, though. It is 5-1, and it's been a supreme performance of attacking domination. But the blue team now appear to they may well be back in it. A simple tap in for the blue team. They played their way through, cut like butter, and it was a simple slice through the middle.
The question is, can they keep this momentum up for the rest of the match?
Can they keep it up? That is the question, certainly. You would have to say that it has been a wonderful display so far from the red team, but they can't afford to fall asleep here at the wheel. They are in front. The game is theirs for the taking now. They have to keep up that attitude and that attacking, pressing, and that power. They really do.
They had a slow start, but this might be a case of a tortoise in the hare.
It may well be.
The red came out incredibly strong, incredibly fast, but can they? I don't think they can keep that energy up for the whole way through. Whereas blue, they're just getting started.
Chance here, and it dribbles harmlessly wide for the red team. Remains 5-1 if you're just joining us now to the red team. They had another chance just gone there, but just dragged his foot across the surface, so wasn't able to generate the necessary power. And of course it was, I believe it was the great Dennis Bergkamp who lit up the pitch at Benevolenza 1 with his wonderful scoop turn, and of course the great Ronaldinho, a special guest today, a celebrity guest in the stands here. The Brazilian maestro making his first appearance as a guest at Benevolenza, a guest of honour of Antonio Falzarano, the red team goalkeeper /
well-known, very close friends between the two of those two.
Of course, went to jail together as well. Ball through the middle here for the red team, looking to regain that 5-goal cushion here.
That's fine. Leave him like that.
Takes it on. Falzarano now on the wing. Blocked off, and a good challenge. Dribbles out for a throw for the red team, though, so they will retain possession.
I was hanging.
It is Harris with the throw into the middle, and the red team just about keep the ball. They have been so good today at retaining that second ball, and played down the wing. A seamless 1-2 into the middle, blocked off by the blue team defender. Here is Harris. Ahmed takes it on here. He has been.
He's ready for a 7th, I think he is.
He's making good ground.
Just hold him, Alfred. Just hold him.
Wonderful play. Takes it on from distance and blocked off harmlessly. The blue team will certainly be content with the red team taking pot shots from so far out. Good reception there as the blue team just trying to reassert control over the game that seems to have got away from them in the first half. Over the top, a wonderful crossfield ball, controlled just about well enough by the left midfielder into the centre, and taken back by Ahmed to shore things up at the back. The blue team commit to it, and there is a skirmish with Edward Keeley over whose corner it is, and it is the blue team corner now. Have a chance to whip in a dangerous set piece from the wing into the box. They have got tall bodies in there, and it's out. A training ground routine comes out. A good block there from the red team, and now they have a chance to counter. Here we go. A good ball down past Falzarano. Tries to get the ball back and does. Retains possession here. Every time they lose the ball, they get it back like a pack of greyhounds. Good ball in, and just Well defended, well covered by the blue centre-back. Arrived just in the nick of time, otherwise it would have been a tap-in for the red team.
They're just not going to let him get another one, I don't think.
Certainly, Sean. What is your take on, since the blue team scored? Do they pose any more threat? Have you seen any signs of a rejuvenated team?
I think we're starting to see a bit more of an actual team today now for the Blues. Now that things have changed. Now they've scored that goal, I think they're starting to get their confidence back.
Certainly, they certainly are.
You can feel the energy in everything they do.
The blue team come in now for another one. Oh, good save with his feet, and it's in. It's an own goal. It's an own goal. From Zach, it's an own goal from Zach. It's just, he couldn't get out of the way in time, and it's 5-2 now.
It really seems like they're going to make a comeback, to be honest. At this point, the red team, I think they got way too confident. I think they saw they were getting all these goals.
They overcommitted.
They overcommitted, and they thought, we've got this now. We're finally getting up back on the Blues, and the Blues, they weren't going to have that.
They overcommitted, certainly,
I think it's the pride of winners.
It is. It's that experience, it's that game management now that comes into play. It's that experience of being champions. Of course, the red team, they can't let this get away from them. They can't let the draw, the stress, the power, the significance of the occasion get to their heads. They've got to keep it cool. Certainly. And they've got diabetes at the moment because they seem not to be able to handle it. It's 5-2. The red team, all the early running, all the early goals, all the earlier chances, and the blue team have taken the last 2 goals here. It's red 5, blue 2 as we resume the ever-intriguing, ever-infallible action here on the pitch of dreams at Benevolenza 4. Of course, I need not remind you watching at home that the charity today is a mental health charity called Calm, founded in 2006 by 2 brothers, and they are, of course, a wonderful cause. So please, if you're able, donate if you can, or just stay calm. I suppose you're also contributing to their cause if you're just staying calm as well. Of course, for those who couldn't be here in person, we're, of course, glad to have you watching at home, and your support means everything to us. Could not have this game without you, and we also couldn't have this game without the grand sponsor of this game, Colgate Whitening, code RED. When I'm outside and I want to brush my teeth, I don't wait. I run to get Colgate. Colgate Whitening, code RED. Get it now. May cause mild irritation and diabetes. Here we go. The blue team resuming action now on the wing, looking for that 3rd goal, and into the side netting there. Ahmed rooted to the spot in goal. Of course, the power on that shot was immense, but it lacked the direction, much like Harry Styles after 2015.
I think he's a bit too caught up on the uncertainty principle there. You can only know one direction, but you can't know one aspect of it.
It certainly did. It's, direction and magnitude equals velocity, am I right? Yeah. And that shot had a lot of velocity on it, just in the wrong direction. And here's it is Maiden now, taking on the middle. Turns him round, a chance for the blue team. Goes out wide. And his studs let him down there, the surface. He slips over, and in the process gives possession back to the red team, of which they will be grateful because they were under the cosh there, no doubt about that. And it had to be said. Chance for the red team now, attacking through the middle. It's that one simple ball. Talk about contrasting styles. About 20 passes in that one blue team move. One long ball through the middle nearly undid the blue team's seemingly inadequate defences there. It's just a contrasting philosophy, and there seems to be one philosophy winning out at the moment, and it's that direct, it's that attack, it's that non-stop, finding that one threaded ball through the middle.
Still, it seems to be working out for them.
It does, it certainly does. Blocked off here.
The best defense is a good offense.
That's very true. Certainly there. On the wing now, taken on by the red team into the centre. Just nobody's home. It's gone just beyond the last man and out for a blue throw-in down the first third of the blue box here. Takes it on, and he is now inside the blue 6-yard box. The centre-back clears it up. Crossfield pass intercepted by the red team there, and it out wide for a throw-in. Blocked off here. And the blue team looking to reassert their dominance that led to two titles consecutively in the last two Benevolenza editions. Under the cosh at the minute, it would seem, and not heading for a three-peat, but you never know. A hat-trick of champions is only 3 goals away.
The weight of all those trophies are really weighing on them.
Certainly, they certainly are. And they're carrying that baggage into this game. And the ball's dribbled out there for a blue throw-in, I believe. Just outside, parallel with their box. It is a throw that they go back to the centre-back. Goes back to the goalkeeper. He takes it on. Perhaps looking to take a leaf out of the blue playbook and go with that passing attitude. Down the wing here for the blue team. Cuts inside to the middle with his right foot. Chance to score and a wonderful save. A diving save to his left. Haris Ahmed makes the stop. A pair of safe hands he's always known for. And he, of course, is no stranger to being a hero after captaining the Benevolenza team to victory in blue at the last event.
And it's that fierceness of having lost once before. I think it's really keeping this team together on the red side.
It certainly is. And here is Norman now on the wing, using that pace of his to get beyond his man, but just marshalled out of play there. And of course, Sean O'Sullivan, your player of the match so far in the first half.
I don't know, I feel like Jeff Wong's been doing quite well on the red team. He's consistently always up at the front there. At the same time, I also feel like been seeing good plays from Alfie in this game as well on the blue team. He's also consistently been quite close, getting shots towards the goal.
Certainly true. Ball through the middle here, chance for the red team. Big chance, just stopped on the line with his foot. He's lost control of it. Surely it must be, and it is. He smashed it home, he walked it in. It is Reg 6, Blue 2, the 4-goal cushion reinstated here. And it is a welcome goal for the red team to stem the resurgence of blue momentum that's taken place over the last 5 minutes or so.
And at this rate, I think Team Blue are going to be getting sent home in a box.
Certainly, they are 6 feet under, 6 goals and 6 feet under at the minute. The red team reasserting their dominant position here. The Reds, of course, are known for their passion, their fans, their just unwavering, inability almost to give up.
But they really are the underdogs this year.
They are, and yet they lead by 4 goals, 6-2 at the minute. And the blue team, I can't imagine what's going through their heads, what's going to be going through the captain's head at half time. I can't imagine the team talk, the blue camp. It's going to be quite significant, I think, their tactics in the second half. And here we go, just out wide. And it's gone to the corner for the blue team now, looking to repair some of the damage in that 4-goal deficit. A ball into the mix. Norman down the right-hand side into the centre. Blocked off by Antonio, but it's come out to the blue team again, trying to play their way out of trouble, and they have, expertly done by the centre-back. Into the middle. A lovely ball, and here they go, blocked off there, and out for a goal kick. And Haris Ahmed will take it. Not going long this time, and just staying within their box here. It's a lovely ball over the top, but nobody's home, far too far. That will dribble out harmlessly for a blue goal kick. A welcome sight, given they've been under the cosh so far in this first half. You have to say it's been quite magnificent display of athletic prowess from this team. Norman on his man. It's a lovely.
Brian Lee's getting up there again. He's really showing stuff. Oh,
it's blocked off.
But Jeff is able to stop him.
There we go. And it is out wide for a red team throw here. It's Zach Darawi takes it on. Here he is in the centre of the park. Now it goes out to his man, trying to find a way through here. And they have, after a string of passes. Through the middle here, chance for the Blues. And Haris Ahmed comes out to it. Just about rescues his side there. The sweeper keeper attack made it through. And he is
Really missed their chance there.
a massive chance. Ahmed was way off his line.
They had no defenders.
Couldn't quite get it through there. And here they come again. Of course, the attacking intent is now on them, and they have scored. They have scored. It's 6-3. The deficit back to 3 now, but can they keep from conceding another one? Is it 7-3?
I think they're at 7-3. I think they got 7th one.
Here we go, back in the action here. If you're just joining us now, it is red 6, blue 3. The deficit stands at a healthy 3 goals for the red team, but the blue team has got the last goal. They have just woken up from their, it seems, first half slumber and are ready to play. But can they keep from conceding yet another goal? I guess only time will tell here. A ball over the top.
It seems like the Blues are hot on their tails at the moment.
It certainly does. Round the side, out to Falzarano up the pitch now. Taking it on calmly is Ahmed now in the outfield. Ahmed on the run here, shaping to shoot, passes round to Falzarano and he skies it over the top. The ball sent all the way to Rosed there, just over the top. Couldn't quite wrap his foot around it in the way he wanted to and place it into the corner as he intended. Harmlessly over the top, over the bar, beat the keeper, beat the crossbar.
Too confident.
Back to Matthew Maiden. The doctor has just healed. He's just healed the defences there with a wonderful touch. Certainly. And here we go. It is Austin Tran into the centre, over the top. Just missed his head there. Down on the wing. Blocked off now. He is ready to shape his foot to find a way in, and blocked off on the line from the red team. Here's Norman here. He's been running. He's made a lot of ground so far. That stamina proving useful. Into the centre. Norman making the run. A classic 1-2 with Ahmed. Norman on the side now. Chance to whip a ball into the centre, and wasn't quite able to get there. And the blue team now can counter-attack here. Into the middle here. Chance for the blue team to really stamp their authority on this game. They haven't been able to find a way through so far to really pressure the red team. A 3-goal cushion is still a cushion.
They just didn't have enough players up there.
Good save. Oh, he's kept it in. Has it crossed the line? Has it crossed the line? We don't have, of course, VAR hasn't made it to this edition of Benevolenza as yet. But O'Sullivan, what is your view? Did it cross the line? Has it crossed the line?
I think that was a safe one.
Is this England-Germany 2010 all over again?
I think it might be. I think it just might be.
Did it cross the line? It doesn't seem like it. They're going for a goal kick after a minor tussle with Edward Kay, the referee. It seems to have been kept out right at the last there. And here's a chance for the blue team now to make their mark, and they have. It's 6-4, the cushion down to 2 here. The blue team are back in this game, back in the attack.
Seriously closing in now on the red team.
They certainly are. The blue team shaking off their blues, 1 goal at a time.
I'm just hoping Haris Ahmed isn't claustrophobic.
And why is that?
Because the ball's closing in.
Oh, I see. Of course. I need to get better at my metaphors. Well, 6-4, of course, anybody's game now. They were 5-0 down, I'll have you remember. 5-0 down after the opening 7 minutes. And now it's 6-4. The red team no longer sitting pretty. They will have some cause for concern at half-time. It will be fascinating what Captain Haris Ahmed says to his troops at the half-time mark. Will they continue attacking? Will they sit back and try and hold what they have? That's always the question here.
He's had a whole year since his previous defeat. I think it's been really building on him, so I think he's prepared.
It certainly will. It's another goal for the Roo team. It's 6-5. Now the cushion down to 1. Cause for concern for the Reds, certainly. What will the halftime team talk by Harris Ahmed be? And it is halftime. Edward Keeley blows his whistle for the halftime mark. 6-5. No shortage of goals. No shortage of action here. 11 goals in this wonderful first half. Who will take home the crown? Will it be a three-peat for the blue team, or will the red team finally manage to make their goals count and translate into silverware? Here we go. It's goodbye from Sean O'Sullivan for me for the next quarter of an hour. Half-time here, Benevolenza 4. What will happen in the second half? Join us to find out. A wonderful opportunity for one team to make their mark and make history.
See you then.
Welcome to you, Andy. If you're just joining us now, it is the second half of this wonderful Benevolenza 4 matchup. It is, of course, it was a action-packed first half. 11 goals so far. The red team with the narrowest of leads, 6-5. And the question is, can they maintain that position? That's fine. Like I said, if you're just joining us now, it is 6-5 to the red team. They've got the narrowest of leads here. Can they maintain? Can they keep that power? Can they retain their advantage? The blue team now with a shot deflected in. It's 6-all. The question is, they can't keep their advantage. It's level for the first time since minute 1.
They had one job at the moment.
7-5. Wait, what? That makes no sense. 6-all. It is 6-all. It's 6-all, certainly against the odds. It's level pegging now for the first time since minute 1. We are back on terms.
Yeah, they had one job getting on it in the second half. That was to defend as much as they could from getting another goal, and they couldn't even keep that up. So I feel like Blue might be really catching the momentum this time now.
Out to the wing now. The blue team on the run, scampering down the left-hand side. They will have their sights, I'm sure, now set on a third goal in a row. Over the top and in! It's 7-6. The blue team have the lead for the first time in this game. That's what champions do when the chips are down, when the points are against you, when the world is bringing you back. You break your chains, you rise up against the odds, and you find a way to win. Despite the struggle, despite the prowess of the red team, despite the tactical know that they've got, they still can't seem to find a way to hold on to the success they do get. The blue team have come from 5 goals down. They were 5 goals down to lead 7-6. Would you believe what you're seeing? Sean O'Sullivan, you must be as shell-shocked as I am.
Yeah, I mean, this is what happens really with red team when they started poking the hornet's nest like this. Yeah, the consequence is going to hit them pretty hard in the second half as they had. Blue team, they've been doing so well the last few times. You know, they've got with a Max Whitaker having won last time. I don't think he was going to take this sitting down.
Of course not. And here we go, the red team now into the centre. Into the centre as they run here. Still going down the wing for the red team. A really big opportunity now to, get back on terms. The red team now, of course, having to play for the first time today from behind. They haven't had to do that all game, and now they really have to show their character. And wonderful defending from Ahmed, and picked up by Norman. Despite being impeded by the on-rushing blue attacker, he has secured the ball in his grasp. And the red team now play their way out of trouble yet again here.
Once again, there's been another change in the goalkeepers this time in the blue team. Looks like they've got Ted on their goal team.
Ted in goal. Got Joe now, of course, the youngest player in Benevolenza history, taking on the mantle for the red team. And here he is, on the run. And Falzarano there takes it on. And robbed him there, the blue team, with a direct ball over the top towards Mosley. And just Norman got there first. And it's just as well he did. Chris Norman, the wonder from down under. of course, now in goal, playing his trade, trying to prevent the blue team going further in front. His job, no doubt, at the start of this half was to keep the red team's lead, and he hasn't managed to do that. The defence has been leaky. The blue team really have reasserted their championship-style authority. That's why they've won the last two. Here he goes again, down the
Blues
down the left-hand side.
They're just not letting them.
Into the middle here, chance to shoot.
Oh!
Great block there. Wonderful, wonderful defensive play.
And
again, it's Norman. Has it gone through? He's kept it on the line.
Brian's going for that MVP, I think.
Just about. Norman keeps it out. The sting on that, it does sting his palms, but he keeps it out. And it remains blue 7, red 6 here. Now let me tell you, if you're joining us now, you have missed a corker of a game so far. It has been 13 goals, that's right, 13. One more than a baker's dozen. And it is blue 6, blue 7, red 6. They lead by 1 after being down by 5. That's right, down by 5 early on. A comeback, the comeback of Kings. And I'm sure their players will travel back up the Kings Road content if they manage to keep their lead in check and win this championship for an unprecedented 3rd time in a row. Once again, Norman there, safe pair of hands. He always has been the wonder from down under, as he's known back home.
He makes it look so easy.
He does, he certainly does. Plying his trade in Perth, of course now terrorising goalkeepers in London by besting them all.
But can it trump? Sorry, what was the?
Personally, given the
can it trump Ted's experience as a quarterback though?
Tell you what, given the last month in the White House, I wouldn't want it to trump anything. But and luckily, this Benevolenza event does not involve a meeting with the Ukrainian president. Here we go, through the middle now for the blue team, going in, trying to establish their dominance here, as they have been. They've scored the last 3 goals. And 7-6 now, would you believe it? It is certainly a game for the ages. It's been 60 minutes so far, worth of stories, of power, of drama, of unprecedented intrigue. The red team, which were seemingly infallible after the first quarter of an hour, have been felled time and time again. And the Blues have really risen up and shown why they're champions, why they deserve that triple crown. Just wide there from the Reds. The Blues will gather themselves again and I'm sure try to launch another attack because, as the Reds did early on, the Blues, now they have the lead, will certainly not sit on their laurels. The game certainly has evened out a bit since the opening quarter of an hour.
I don't think they're going to get complacent anymore. I think they learnt their lesson from the first half.
Certainly true.
They might have been able to beat the Reds before, but it doesn't mean they're easy opponents.
That is very true, and of course, this game is far from over. All the fans, they've got their eyes completely transfixed here, as they have done for the past hour.
Ted.
But I will say the stage is set now. 1 hour played, 7-6 to the Blues, for someone to really write their name into Benevolenza folklore, to step forward, to take the bull by the horns, to take the mantle. And despite the charity this match is for, this match has been anything but calm so far.
What's seemed one-sided at the start has become a very close and very tight game.
Good block there from Haris Ahmed there. Chance for the blue team, and the red team robs it here. They are advancing in numbers, and it is a goal kick for the red team now. Good defending from the Blues. A corner now for the blue team. It is going to be Matthew Mosley to take it, whip it in with some vigour, I'm sure. Into the box, and Norman claims calmly. Norman, very, very easy. Once again, a safe pair of hands. Things really have shored up the back since he's taken the reins.
Oh, Antonio's breaking his way through the lines.
Chance for them.
Oh, but he couldn't quite do it.
Oh, just about. Good defending there.
They just weren't able to get enough players up there.
Slightly too much weight on the pass forward as well. Falzarano, even with his lightning pace, couldn't quite get to it. A little bit of a a battle in the middle of the park now. The two centre midfielders going at it,
Oh,
and the blue team
Mosley
winning
going
out.
for it
It's
again.
Matthew Mosley just wide. Couldn't quite make things work. Couldn't
MVP
wrap his foot
last-
around it the best he could. It's gone just past the post there.
He was MVP last year. He's still doing well, but I don't know if he's quite mashing up as he did last year. Hopefully he can turn things around and really help the blue teams out.
Norman now searching for available players higher up the pitch for the goal kick. We'll take it on here and perhaps launch one, or will he go short? Both methods have led to goals for the red and blue team so far today, and it's proving a very, very friendly pitch for the attacking team. Can he manoeuvre a killer pass here? A slight stoppage in play as he looks for available compatriots, and goes short now to Ahmed. Ahmed blocked off there by the blue team. They look to have taken a page of the red book from the first half and are pressing as high as ever, not letting the red team have a sniff inside the opposition half. Through the middle towards Joe. He's not quite able to get there though. Here's Wong. Blocked off there. And it is, of course, it is quite strange, you would have to say, given the pattern of this game, in terms of the constant back and forth it's been, given the dominance we saw in the opening quarter of an hour, where the red team surged into a 5-goal lead. Norman there stopping another blue attack. He has been very, very calm, very secure, very, very reliable in goal. Falzarano on the wing now. Looks for teammates in the middle.
Can he do it?
Cuts
Can he do it?
inside.
Can he make it? Oh,
A great challenge.
and
there.
unfortunately Matthew made him, stopped him dead. Off to Mosley.
Ahmed there takes it on.
Passes on to Jeff Wong. And Wong's playing it through. He's playing it through. Oh, he's playing it back.
There's Ahmed. Just outside. Pass Zach on the wing there. And it's a blue throw. Certainly one you wouldn't expect to pass up their chances, the blue team. A wealth of attacking talent on both teams, and we've seen that in full display during the first half. Here we go. Chance for the red team on the run.
Are they
now
gonna
at
get
the
it?
centre. Through the middle.
They're getting through again.
And
Oh,
it's just his stud let him down there as he slips inside the 6-yard box. Joe with another amazing run of his. That is somewhat of a trademark. His control, his close control, and his ability to weave in between defenders is one to be certainly admired. Joe is he's a wonderful maestro, very much a creative talent, and he whips the ball in there straight to the goalkeeper though, takes it on and launches a blue counter-attack. Here we go on the left-hand side. The blue team on the run. Into the middle and blocked off there. And it will be, though, whipped in for a blue corner. Apologies, it's a throw-in. Right on the byline, a throw-in now to be launched into the middle. Mosley blocked off by Ahmed. Good defending from the defensive stalwart that has been Harris Ahmed. He's plied his trade in midfield and in defence this game, and it's been absolutely superb to watch. Of course, Ahmed. Of course, he was previously a team captain in the last Benevolenza, previous captain of Team White, and wasn't able to take the victory there, which certainly means that translates into a chip, a desire to taste that sweet championship for the first time, and perhaps that motivates his absolutely incredible display of stamina so far. Here's Joe on the run, and it's just wide across the face. Nobody hoped to tap it in. A slight lull in play here as both teams reassess their tactics after a few substitutions on both sides. It's remained at 7-6 so far. Still every bit as intriguing as when it kicked off.
the red throw in there to Ahmed. To Wong. Smith. Oh. Brian Lee's got the hold of the ball. He's working his way up to the goal.
It's a
Can he
chance
do it?
here
Can
for
he
the
do
blue
it?
team. Deflected,
Oh.
and it was deflected in. It was deflected in. And it is inevitably a further blue lead.
Was that a goal?
It was a goal. 8-6 to the Blues. And they really take hold now. They really cement their position as favourites to win this competition. They came in as the favourites. The odds from Betfair especially were in their favour, and they went 5-0 down, and yet you just knew that the game wasn't ever over. Because when the Blues play, they never go away. 5-0 down, nothing doing. 8-6 up. Would you believe it? Harris Ahmed takes it on confidently down the wing.
He's a man with a mission.
Taken on by Mosley now.
Oh.
Wins it back. Ahmed using that physicality of his, that box-to-box quality to keep the defenders off. Here's one.
Jeff Wong is making his way again.
Past Mosley. Falzarano there.
Asserting himself as a potential MVP again.
Here's Ahmed. Out to one. On the left-hand side. Looking for support in the middle. Gets it from Zach Dowry. Falzarano on the right-hand side here. Taking it on, certainly shoved into the corner by the defenders and washed away harmlessly for a throw-in.
A classic team of Tom and Antonio. Once again, old school friends. They have a chemistry that many others can't beat.
Mosley takes it onto the right-hand side now. And back out for a throw-in. And it was a wonderful display of athleticism that led to that fourth goal as well. The way that it was stroked into the bottom corner effortlessly. Chance for the Blues off the post. Surely now off the line. What a block. Yet another heroic piece of defending from Harris Ahmed. He has been absolutely monumental in keeping the Reds within touching distance of a comeback here.
I think his shoulders are starting to get worn out from all the carrying at this point now.
Certainly prevents a 3-goal cushion for the Blues here. Harris Ahmed, what a block that was. Absolutely sublime. And now he's another goalkeeper change for the red team. Chris Norman, after a wonderful display between the sticks, is replaced by Harris Ahmed. So they'll lose that midfield prowess that he's got, but they will gain his defensive stability. And Norman, of course, he's got absolutely immense speed about him. Usain Bolt, I've heard, is jealous. And Chris Norman now can use that pace, really use that pace, and attack the flanks of the blue team.
The Reds are going for another goal. Can they win? Oh, and I think it's gone out of play.
It is a wonderful matchup so far. Both matchups heavy with intrigue. Certainly, you would have to say they are ready to play here. They are ready to fight. They are willing as well. And every player on each side is willing to give blood and sweat and tears for this team. You can see the passion, the raw emotion in their faces. They mean business, and they're not ready to, they are more than ready to fight for it. That Benevolenza trophy, there are little joys in life that match up to achieving that, to holding that cup, to kissing the cup, to celebrating with your friends and family and teammates, especially, of course, for a great cause. Benevolenza 4 here. It's 8-6 to the blue team. And need I not remind you, the Blues have won the last 2 editions of this wonderful contest, which means that if they do win this time, as is looking ever more likely, they will repeat a historic treble of wins, which has never ever been done before in the extremely long 3-year history of this event.
They say 3 is a magic number.
Of course, that applies to a lot of things, like Genie's wishes, and the number of people that would equal 3 people. Of course, across the face of goal here, on the run for the red team, trying to get back in it now. And I did say before that when they went behind at 7-6, it was the first time they'd gone behind, and they haven't managed to show the character required to respond to that as yet. And only time will tell if they will find a hero within the ashes. Chance for the Blues, though, taken by Ahmed. A safe pair of hands, as I said. Falzarano there with a display of passion. He's not giving up there. He's now off the pitch. It's Joe. Good save. Good save. Really good save. That ball was travelling. The trajectory was up and down fast. It had some serious whip on it, and he dealt with it, made it look easy.
There's been some good plays from Matthew Maiden here.
He certainly has.
He might truly be their maiden of war.
Certainly has. It wouldn't be his maiden victory for sure. And he is, of course, a wonderful, wonderful doctor, of course. Like I say, if you do want to cheer for him, feel free to get out your pot and pan and clap it, for the NHS, of course. It is a wonderful game here that we have for both of you today. Sean O'Sullivan and I, happy to bring you this game so far. We couldn't have asked for a better game, and there's still about 20 minutes of action to play here. Only the footballing gods above know what could transpire, but the stage is set for a hero to take charge.
But the question is, whose favour are the gods truly in?
That's an excellent question. One that the ancient Indians tried to answer 2,000 years ago. Haven't been able to do that yet, which is why religion still exists. Ball through here. And positive defending from the red team. And here is Zach Dowry through the middle.
Thomas Smith passing it in.
Takes it down. A great opportunity now for a hero to really emerge. And of course, you would have to say, it has been a fascinating matchup. Chance for the Reds now. Oh, and they have. They have scored. They're back in it now, stemming the flow of blue blood that was coursing out their veins for the last 20 minutes or so. It is 8-7, the deficit back to 1. It's anybody's game here. This is a famously narrow game, and it is just on a knife edge. It could go either way. It could be a coin flip. It's blue 8, red, unbelievably 7 here. I don't have to remind you that after going 5-0 up, they will be thinking, how did that slip? But now they've made 50% of the amends here. One more goal and it's back to level pegging.
Both teams have made a change up in their goalkeepers.
Good ball there.
We've got Harris in goal for the red team now again.
The blue team, the Blues making their way through. And you can see the communication on both sides as well. Both sets of players really, really starting to understand each other now. After playing together for a solid just over an hour, that chemistry is starting to really seep in and take hold. And of course, here I guess is the stage of all stages, the final stage, the final moments of this wonderful matchup, as the blue team take it down to the corner. And they do get a throw in by the byline. Matthew Mosley with a throw into the box. A wonderful opportunity now.
He's covered by Tom and Alfie. Alfie now in the red team, having swapped over. He's changed sides. He's heel flips, should we say?
He has.
Was representing the blue team in the first half.
And of
now
course,
on the Reds.
Loyalties mean nothing in this contest.
Especially not to a Banbury.
Of course not. Loyalties mean nothing. Backstabbing is rife. Anyone could betray anybody, and that's part of the intrigue of this wonderful charity event. And if you're just tuning in now, I will have you know that we would like to wholeheartedly thank today's sponsors, Colgate Whitening Code Red. When I want white teeth, and I know it'll be great, I don't sit around and I don't wait. I go outside, I open my gate, and I get myself a pack of Colgate. Colgate Whitening Code Red may cause mild irritation or diabetes. Consult your local doctor before taking any of it. Or consult Matthew Maiden, I suppose. That works too. Out for a red throw by the halfway line. It's Wong now, searching for options here. Norman gives it away there, but Wong recovers for the red team. There's some red action down the wing here, and the fiery Reds.
Jeff Wong, he just won't let up.
Certainly not the type to give up. The red team, I will say, are full of people with just endless supplies of hope, seemingly an endless desire and drive to achieve greatness, which explains why they all seem full of energy even after 70 minutes of solid football.
And there's been another goal.
It's a goal.
Yes, now.
It's 8-all. And the Reds now, having been 2 behind at 8-6, are back at level pegging against the odds.
The red team seriously clinging on for dear life, not letting the blues have any leeway.
You have to say it was well deserved. The action has been all red recently. All the attacking prowess, all the power, all the opportunity and all the promise has been red, with a hint of fire about their action, no doubt about it, living up to their team colour.
The red have seriously been meeting them punch for punch here.
8-all now, anybody's game, and a blue shot fired right past the post. Beat the keeper, beat the woodwork. And of course, a long-time avid viewer of this event will know that Benevolenza is no stranger to drama. Every event, pretty much every single edition of this matchup has been fraught with intrigue, drama and danger from the off. And this is no stranger, no different to that.
There's a lot hanging on the line in these games.
It certainly is. It's 8-all, would you believe it?
All dedicated athletes came here, dedicated their lives to this game.
They certainly have. Some of them have given up family, careers. It's a goal! It's another goal for the red team. They've found a way through. It's 9-8. Would you believe what you've seen here? Now the Reds, they've never won this edition before, and they lead by 1, having been down by 2 a few moments prior. From 5-0 up to 6-all to 8-6 to the Blues, and now 9-8 to the Reds. 17 goals. Would you believe it?
The Blues are making their way up.
It's a chance
Brian
here
Lee's
for the
on the
blue
ball.
team. Lee across the face. Into the centre.
Into Matthew Mosley.
Wonderful defending there from Ahmed there. And Zach Darrowy, of course, a defensive stalwart in his own right.
Mosley's going in for a shot.
Down
and they
nothing
couldn't quite
doing.
do it.
Counter-attack chance for the red team here.
They couldn't quite finish it.
Out the side.
And making their way down to the
Good
blue
defending
side.
again from the blue team.
The
And they
Blues
come
have a
up
solid
there.
defence.
Their centre half's driving up here.
Back up towards the red goals.
Out wide there. And it is a blue corner here. A chance for one of the wide players to whip it in with some venom. And we have seen the impact of physicality on this game earlier on in the piece.
Our referee Ed has a good eye on the game at the moment.
Could be whipped in with venom here from the blue team.
Tough calls.
A wonderful chance for someone to get their head on it here and be a hero for the blue team. Goodness knows they need one. 9-8 down, not long to go. They do need a hero. Here, I guess, is a wonderful opportunity.
Seems there's been an injury.
And a red substitution here. Unfortunately,
Tom Smith.
sometimes the minds can't handle the drama, and neither can the bodies of Benevolenza. An injury, unfortunately, we've lost a good soldier for the red team. A replacement has been acquired, however, and action will resume with a blue corner into the box and headed away wonderfully.
And a counter header.
One back here, Darrow.
Reds making their way back down towards the blue goal.
He's got speed.
Zach's on the ball, and it's off, out of play again.
You have to say it's been a quite wonderful matchup so far. Zach Darrowy showing his pace inside the second half, really able to express those legs now.
He really is the Apollo of the red team. He's really going out there putting in his all.
Really test the wings now. Mosley back to his man.
Every team needs their Greek god, and Zach is theirs.
Into the box, chance, real big chance, and a wonderful save from Harris Ahmed. What an unbelievable save. A display of goalkeeping athleticism you only see once or twice in a lifetime there. A fantastic stop with two hands to keep out the Blues and keep the Reds, more importantly, in front and within touching distance of that first elusive title. Would you believe it? Another corner chance for the blue team. Set pieces hasn't been their strong point so far. A training ground routine out to the wing, in towards Mosley. On the side
Brian's
now.
on the ball.
Back to the wing. Support calling from behind and blocked out. Taken on now for a red counter-attack.
Making their way up towards the blue goal. but they just won't let. Oh, onto Jeff Wong. He's once again MVP. MVP is trying to get the score another goal.
Good ball there. Mosley
And
takes
Mosley's-
it on.
Mosley's back on the ball
Lovely
again.
turn. Certainly very athletic, but Norman, the wonder from down under, stops him again. This matchup certainly has had its fair share of heroic moments, of people putting their name up in lights, of those who will be remembered forever and a day. And a good save again from Ahmed from another blue pot shot here. The Reds, I will say, will be very, very happy if the Blues continue taking shots from distance and aren't able to further penetrate that impassive back line.
As long as they can maintain their lead.
Wong now on the turn into the middle of the park. Down the line, lovely turn.
Alfie making a
team.
Oh,
Just
Alfie
wide.
played, yeah.
The Reds really are taking their defences on here. 9-8 now. 17 goals have been scored in this matchup. Would you believe what you've seen so far? You have to say it's been a matchup nothing short of intrigue, drama, and irresistible passion so far.
This really will go down in sports history.
It certainly will. And of course, I'm aware, as I'm sure you are at home, that whoever wins this game, if the Blues do win, it will be a historic treble for them. You need no reminding of that. And I believe it was Jose Mourinho's Inter Milan in 2010 to achieve the first Italian treble. Sir Alex Ferguson in '99 to achieve the first English treble with Manchester United. And will it be the blue team to achieve the first Benevolenza treble in 2025? And of course, football as a sport has seen its fair share of drama over the years, from the hand of God to the goal at Germany that never was, to the Mario Götze World Cup winner, to the Kylian Mbappe and Lionel Messi show at the last edition of the World Cup. And this is on par. In fact, it may well surpass the World Cup in terms of drama, intrigue and passion. Real football happens at Benevolenza.
Jeff Wong's on the ball again.
There's one. Steaming through, extremely pacey.
Blasting through their defences. Oh, he's
Goes
taking
for
a
the
shot.
And a wonderful save with his legs. Anybody's game remains at the moment very, very tight. You have to say it was just, the game remains on a knife edge, and it was, Matthew Mosley, of course, who has winning experience in this team. And he will, of course, be looking to recapture that sweet feeling of victory. Here's the Blues now. In the centre.
Is there a chance? Oh, Antonio's going in. Falzerano's going in.
Tired legs
They're
beginning to
toying with
surface now. It's been about 75 minutes.
The Blues are toying with Antonio Falzerano.
Here is the good shot in, just wide. Beat the keeper, beat the post. And it remains 9-8 to the Reds. And at the end of the day, regardless of any other statistic, the one that matters is the scoreline. And of course, the donation total. Ladies and gentlemen, get those donations in. It's a wonderful charity you're supporting here. It is Calm, the charity Calm, and this match has been anything but. I have to say, it's been a matchup fraught with danger, possibility, opportunity.
This is a game that's done wonders for my blood pressure.
It certainly has. And I'm sure the nicotine helps as well.
Very much so.
And of course, we wouldn't be here for today if it wasn't for Antonio Falzerano, who brought me into the fold personally, so I do have a thank you to him. And of course, Zoe, our technician and a wonderful media person in chief. She has been absolutely impeccable, setting up the recording equipment, getting it recharged. When it appeared it died, making sure you could hear our lovely voices throughout the entirety of this broadcast. So we have to respect that. There's a slew of people behind that makes this incredible event take place and bring the magic of Benevolenza to life every year. This contest so far has lived up to expectation, if not surpassed. Scripts have been written, tossed out, rewritten, tossed out and written again. Expectations have been withered, dreams have been shattered and resurfaced.
This might just go down as one of the greatest Benevolenza's that's ever occurred. Never before has it been this close.
The game is still on a knife edge here. It remains eerily close here. This game could be anybody's so far.
There can't be much time left on the clock
and,
now.
You have to say it's just nobody knows. It's anybody's game at the minute. And it would be, you know, a shock whichever way it went, really. And whoever wins this game, dreams will have been realised and shattered on both sides. But of course, it is still the Reds, all importantly, who lead 9-8. Certainly, you would have expected, you know, them to win after the first 10 minutes, soaring into a 5-0 lead. But the Blues have made some serious substitutions that have really flipped the tactical game on its head.
They came prepared. They knew it was at stake today.
They did. Of course, they have that champion mentality that the Reds don't quite have yet, but everyone starts somewhere. Can this be the first Red victory at an edition of Benevolenza for the first time? Will Red blood enter onto the trophy? Hooked wide there from Matthew Maiden. Takes it on just wide. Wonderful technique in the follow through from the blue superstar, but he wasn't able to wrap his foot around it completely and keep it within the sticks. Chance now though. The blue team continue attacking, and they are searching for their elusive equaliser here. Into the box, just wide. Beat the keeper and beat the post again. Their finishing, certainly, it would seem, has lacked a little quality in the last 10 minutes or so, and they could, you know, they could really do with, you know, some more clinical finishing. Can they finish their dinner? Is the question. They cooked the meal so many times, but could never really finish the plate, and that hadn't been a problem earlier in the piece, but it's just recently they, you know, the last 10 minutes or so, they haven't been able to quite make those chances count, and of course. You know, especially at this stage of the game, with both sides starting to sit back, tired legs seeping in, chances are far and few between, so they have to be taken when they're there. A Red attack, though, on the other side.
It's a surprising display from the Blues, who've previously gotten all sorts of addiction and tastes of victory from the past. You'd think they'd be able to ride that, but it seems like the Reds, they're just too hungry for it. They're too hungry for it.
Good ball through the middle, though. This game is far from over. It's not over till it's over, that's what they say. Until Edward Cayley blows his whistle, anything is possible. Takes it on here, the blue team. Wonderful shot. And a one-handed save to the right from the keeper. Good reflexes, fantastic acrobatics there to keep out another blue pot shot. It remains Red 9, Blue 8. Falzarano loses control of it here. Chance, wonderful ball through, and
but
taken
Banbury will not let them in.
Into a safe pair of hands there, you have to say. It remains 9-8 there. Wong now through the middle. Control is immaculate, as it had been throughout the entirety of this showpiece. Harris Ahmed through down the side with a wonderful chip lob. Blues take possession again. Can they find their way through the defensive lines of that stalwart Red team?
Even with the lead, they're not slacking whatsoever. They're still going for goals.
And a good save there from the Blues, in case you missed it there. The Reds taking another shot. And the Blue now. The Blues in acres of space, surely! And they fluffed their lines there. What a chance, it had to be said. Acres of space, but couldn't quite make contact with the ball. If they'd got it on target, it may well have been 9-all.
The stars just aren't in alignment for them today.
It may well have been that all-elusive equaliser the blue team have been searching for the last 20 minutes or so. It's been all red, really. But nobody would even dare proclaim or jinx victory at this stage, because in Benevolenza, anything is possible. And of course, it's the first seemingly established examination for Chris Norman, who has been a wonderful player so far for the Red team. His Benevolenza debut, and he has been running down the wings tirelessly, constantly making himself available for those crucial attacks. And I have to say, he is one of my picks for player of the match today. Of course, you know, it is just you know, careers are made in this game, really. Impress, and you may well just catch the eye of one of the dozens of scouts in the stands today.
There are a lot of important people here today.
Certainly. Gareth Southgate on the header wide. The Blues have been lacking an aerial threat in recent minutes. And of course, the question of who will take home the crown remains to be seen, but it has been a wonderful showpiece so far. And who is your O'Sullivan? Who is your player of the match? You know, after what you've seen, after the action-packed game we've had, after the non-stop drama, who do you think stood out amongst the crowd?
Well, for me, it's somewhere between Jeff Wong and Brian Lee. They've both been great. Both of them going straight up front lines, constantly on the ball. But at the moment, I think I'm leaning more towards Jeff.
And here we go, Patchkoff again, and in case you missed it, it was another red goal. It is 10-8 to the red team now, certainly heading in the direction of their first ever victory at this wonderful, fantastic showpiece. Anything could happen in the next few minutes. The blue team really need to get their attack. Oh, it's hit! They've scored. They've scored, and much like Manchester City against QPR all those years ago, one goal required to level things again. 9-10 here. The blue team remain one goal behind, but it's just one goal, and all you need for one goal in football is one single moment of brilliance here. Anything can happen. Anything is possible. It's anybody's game again. The Reds can't quite rest on the laurels so far. 10-9 to the red team. Who will take home the elusive Benevolenza 4 crown? Will it be a blue treble for the first time in history?
Will they prove to the world why they've been such consistent winners this whole time?
Or will the Reds write their name on the trophy for the first time and find their way to victory? Their maiden victory in this competition is just moments away, and the only thing standing in their way are 11 glory-hungry, powerful and determined players to aim at preventing them at every single opportunity. Falzarano wins it back on the run now, donning a fantastic yellow headband. Down the wing, chance to the Reds.
When I saw it said G1, I don't recognise Dusher, is it? It's going to be old people.
There we go. Taken back by the blue team. On the run now, making things happen. Oh, just wide.
There's only a little bit of time left.
Certainly, we're in the final moments now of this matchup. It has been intriguing, and it's anybody's game. It's retained its drama right till the last here. It's been fascinating. Some have been heroic, some infallible, some defensive stalwarts, some injured brethren. But out of it will rise a phoenix into the side netting there from the blue team as they try in vain to capture that final goal it takes to get back to level terms. It remains red 10, blue 9 here. Who will capture the crown?
We just might be seeing the blue team's death throes here.
Just out wide there from the red team, seen out calmly by the Blues, and you have to say it's been quite wonderful so far from minute 1 to 90. 11-9 to the Reds. Oh, wonderful save from Joe there. Really, really good stop by the young man. He's got maturity beyond his years, that's for sure. Out wide now from Norman into the centre.
Alfie
takes it on. Chance to shoot to really
Antonio.
solidify the win here. 11-9 to the Reds. Will they capture their first ever Benevolenza
Brian on the
crown?
ball again.
Will they manage to snatch victory here against all the odds. They came into this as heavy underdogs. They came into this without a glimmer of a chance. And yet here they are against the odds, storming clear of the Blues, hoping to wipe their own Blues away by beating the Blues at their own game.
Seems the Reds have succeeded in defending themselves.
And Norman, of course, the wonder from down under, Australian Perth-born. He is here to try and help them to victory. Ball in towards Norman, out over the top of everybody, and it goes back to Blue possession now. Here we go. Blue team on the wings now, cuts inside, shaping to shoot. Out to the side and off the post. And out harmlessly off the wrong side of the post, out for a goal kick. The Blues have time on their side. The Reds have time on their side now. All they need is time to pass them by without conceding 2 goals, and they will have secured victory. But the Blues determined to prevent that at every turn. The Blue team trying their best to thwart them at every possible moment here. He's just found a way through there. Chance for the Blues to take it on. Past one. Looking for room in the box. Are any teammates free? Ball in, and Joe is calmly there.
And the Red Prodigy has stopped it again.
He has been, despite his young age, a wonderfully safe pair of hands so far.
And Darrow is up the front. He's got the ball.
Great defending there. Took inspiration from Marcel Desailly of 98 to make that defensive block at the last possible moment. Thiago Silvares defending there from the man. And the all-important scoreline, it remains. Red 11, Blue 9. Ball through for the Blues though. It's not yet over till it's over. Mosley in the box. Can he find it? Goes for the back heel. Went for the spectacular. Couldn't quite find it. Chance. Surely it must be. And Joe made himself big. Despite his small stature, made himself huge to cover that near post. And he has done. And as a result, his team remain in touching distance of their first ever title here at this wonderful showpiece. Mosley takes it on. Past one, past two, goes for goal and just wide.
Not quite enough.
And there we go.
And
it's full time here at Benevolenza 4. It's Red 11, Blue 9. They've captured their first ever victory.
Reds have made history this year.
They've finally spilt their red blood onto the silver trophy. And they've made history here, prevented a Blue treble.
The Blues are going to be going home in tears today.
The Reds have wiped away their Blues by beating the Blues, no less. Certainly against the odds, certainly against the run of play, certainly a surprise, and yet they found a way without a hitch, without a problem, without drama. This matchup has been nothing short of an absolute masterpiece. Drama from minute 1 to 90, 5-0 lead to 8-6 overturn to 9-8 to 11-9 where it finally ended up. No shortage of drama. But the Blue team, despite appearing invincible, the Reds managed to topple the throne of the Blues this time. Irresistible, infallible, fantastic, technical attacking all round, tactics out the window at times, and yet it was a wonderful game. Sean O'Sullivan, I couldn't have done it without you, wouldn't have rather watched it with anybody else by my side.
Very much too, yes, a great commentary, great game with you. I appreciate everything your commentary has been fantastic today. I think it's been a great game.
It has been a fantastic matchup, and you have to say, I wish they could have played for another 90. I would have watched another hour and a half of that wonderful, dramatic football.
We could go forever, I feel.
A wonderful, wonderful matchup.
It was a fantastic play, Brian.